obviously, for anyone that hasn't listened to any of the previous ones, obviously, if you haven't, go back and listen to them. But can you kind of just break down for anyone that doesn't actually have any idea about music production, kind of what it actually is and what it sort of entails?
Yeah, so we will take it anywhere really, depending on the artist, from writing the song with them. In hip hop, a lot of times the producer is called the producer because they make the beats. So there's composition even involved in that. There's playing of guitars and pianos, there's chopping up of samples, arrangement, everything like that. And then after that's done, or whether they even need that at all, then we can go into recording the vocals, recording whatever instruments they want on top. Then there's the process of mixing. So we need to mix everything in, make sure it all works together. And then mastering, which is simply put, making the track as loud as it can be for streaming services.
Yeah. And you guys, well, you guys being you, obviously take all this on yourself. And obviously people can come to you and do this. So what is that process? How does someone kind of come to find you and work with you? And what does that sort of process look like for people?
Yeah, well, I really follow the. When I first started out, I was very much like, let's get this online and
Yeah.
let's, reach out to as many big names as we can and try and work with everybody. But now I'm really all about just working locally and just, if you're a local Irish rapper, singer, and you might know me from being in the same circle, or you might see me from another Instagram page that you follow and I'm suggested, or anything like that. And I'll be doing the same. I'm constantly on Instagram and looking at the next guy and the next guy, and oh, you're
Yeah.
local, you want to work. So it's a very local process at the moment.
Nice. I think that kind of translates as well. Obviously, for people that have heard the last couple of weeks in the music ones, even way back to when we had Kevin on right at the start, because obviously you know Kevin, being in the Irish music scene, and that kind of seems to be the way off it within the Irish music scene, that it is very close knit. It's kind of who you know rather than what you know, and sort of it's all more about the network, kind of knowing people in the industry.
Yeah, and because of that, there's like a very clear code of conduct. And I
Yeah,
heard it on multiple of the music ones you had. Don't be a dick.
that it's a rolling theme.
Exactly. It's a rolling theme because you gotta. I worked on a song or two with Kevin. We had a great time, loved him, and now all of a sudden I'm on your podcast, and that's just the way the Irish music industry works, you know?
Yeah, and I will say as well, actually, Kevin was on at the start. Obviously, everyone knows that side and how I know Kevin. But the reason I got Fluttertone on here, the reason you're on here, the reason I have other people who hopefully will be coming on is literally all Kevin, because he's just like, it's music industry. He's like, I'll connect you, like I'll get someone that you can speak to. And I like that. That's how, I mean, even in marketing, that's how I do business, completely on networking, completely on connection. And I think it actually kind of helps kind of build bigger bonds. And I know that's something that's really important for you guys. And a goal for you is actually kind of building these regular clients, building this sort of nice community around the hip hop culture in Ireland.
Yeah, for me, that like 110% comes down to when someone actually does say, Cormac, I want to work with you, I make sure that that job is done as best as I can do it. I'm never going to say perfect because that would only be killing myself to achieve
Yeah.
something I can't,
Yeah.
but as best as I can do. And it's happened numerous cases where they're like, I'm so happy with the product, I'm coming back again. We work again. Because
That's
there's a
awesome.
million and one producers out there, you know? So it's really, if you give a great service and you're friendly about it too, I believe they'll keep coming back.
That's it. And actually, as you say that, when I was doing kind of the research before coming on to the podcast, there was an interview with Craig Cooney, one of the artists you've been working with at the minute, when he released the Young Forever single. If you haven't heard it, guys, it'll be linked in the description below. I suggest you go listen to it. It's a fantastic track. But he actually said that when he came to you, he kind of just spoke to you about it, kind of gave you an idea of what he wanted, and you just came back to him with like 6 different beats. Like, here you go, ready to go. And the kind of, I suppose that is kind of, as you say, giving the best service, giving the best product, so to speak, and letting people know you actually have a good work ethic and can kind of actually get the job done for them.
And it's humility as well. I think in hip hop, there is, like I said, because producers a lot of the times in hip hop are making the beats. You're a composer then, right? And this is like your music. And I've seen it happen time and time again where it's like, I've made this beat, it's fire, he's gonna love it, you know?
Yeah.
What if he doesn't? What if that's the only thing you bring to the room and he doesn't like it? So I come
Mhm.
in with like 6 or 7 based on the same idea that he wanted. And it's like, and this happened. I'm not gonna lie, you know, I played the first one and it's like, ooh, his head's not even moving, his foot's not even tapping. Oh,
Right.
next one. Like, didn't even let that finish, you know, 20 seconds in,
Mhm.
next one. And then on the third one, maybe he's bobbing his head. I can see him thinking of something, you know, tapping the foot. This might work. But if I only had one like that, it'd be game over.
You're walking in, walking out 5 minutes later, and it's an instant loss. At least you kind of planned redundancy for the fact that the first 3, 4, 5 might just absolutely fucking bomb, and you're going to need a backup in there. And I mean, it's workmanship, isn't it? It's even in the turnaround time with what he expected you to come back with 1, 2 maybe tracks, and you just turned up with 6 in hand, ready. Just let's ball, just go out.
Yeah, at the end of the day, this is what I love doing. So, like you said, I'm not letting any opportunity fall. If someone says they want to work, it's bring everything I've got to every job.